And I wouldn't want to, and this is the other thing too. Oh my God, there's so much about this. So this is a conversation that I had with a group manager. And actually she was nearby. I won't say where. She was very nearby, and I was talking to her. I said, so and this was, I think this was 6 years ago.
Okay.
I said, so how are your audits going? What, you guys busy? You guys busy? She goes, oh yeah, we're busy. It's like, yeah. I said, how's your staff? But yeah, we don't have the staff. Yeah, people just aren't working. And I said, well, you guys doing a lot of, are you guys doing a lot of, international returns? You do any of this? And she laughed, and she goes, yeah, no, about half my auditors just refuse to do anything internationally. And I said, well, why is that? She goes, because it's too hard. So
and they just don't want to do anything that's hard or too much work.
And I think the word or the phrase we're looking for is you're trying to create a barrier to entry into your life.
Right.
Okay, you want to understand my life? Great, let's go over it, figure it out. No, thank you. We'll move on. And that's actually what they do. They actually move on to easier targets. And schedule in a personal return is a much better target. It's a much better target than anything else. And so that's really by getting out, by not having things in your name and getting it out, diversifying all over the globe. That is a fantastic way to avoid the risk of an examination. And they will do, and I think that what I would say is they will act completely illegal and in very cruel ways. One of their favorite targets, and I know this because unfortunately I have a lot of clients in this situation, is when you have someone elderly who has a few $1 million. And you're like, well, that's all the money they have. If they had a pension would actually be worth more. Like a lot of times, like, okay, great. You think it's all that money in the world because you're a government employee, but in the real world, like that's what they have, and that's their money, by the way. What they love to do is take someone in that situation and penalize them into the poorhouse. Because they know that the person has facing the challenges of age, of just being tired, dementia setting in, and that's where they get their nastiest. And it's again and again and again. And our friends in New York, they're good at that. I won't say his name, but it's very obvious what they did. And and I had some choice words with them. What they're doing is utterly
so
insane.
bad.
Yeah, it's so, and they're just looking like. And their justification is like, look, we have some stats we got to get. We're assigned totally. Oh, totally.
Just because we have stats, we need to hit those targets. So we'll go after the most vulnerable kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's who's paying the price. People who are in the least position to fight back. You'll find a really big difference between if the IRS is assessing someone who's younger versus older. And it's a nationwide thing because a policy is set by the National FBAR Penalty Coordinator. So it's a national thing that they're doing. And then they brag about their penalties that they get. So that's the thing. And in these cases, simple things would have, and they also went to probably not the right attorneys who might have sold them down the river as well. Unfortunately, that's the other thing too. There's people who just look at you like, okay, you'll pay me money and I'm just going to hand you over to the IRS. And that's what happened too. And I was trying to get her.
Awful.